Hello, welcome back to the Western Front of the Great Patriotic War. Today we're trying to recover from our little bit of an oopsie at Smolensk. Oopsie, there's Nazis there now. Oops. But first things first, let's get the northern section of our line sorted. We're going to start sending these guys up north, I guess. This is just a rifle regiment. Not sure what good it's going to do. But we can start marching it up. We can stack it with something. Maybe it'll actually do something. Kind of half a mind to just leave people where they are here. Just try to get them to rest up a bit after the first week of the war. Although this is just a brigade. I was going to say, I do kind of want something. I want to eventually wrap this guy around to the other side. And just try to get him in a useful place where he can actually do some scouting. I feel like this guy's going to be useful as a scout. But he's pretty far from the front here. So let's just kind of move him up here. And I really just don't have enough troops here to do anything major. Alright. That works. I'll leave those guys unmoved for a second. We'll come back to them. We're still trying to march this guy up to our next defensive line, which he's pretty much at. Because it's going to be basically this line here. Or maybe one hex forward from that. I really do want this river line, though. Because I want him to go to the right, so I can put my tanks defending Novgorod. Because that's where these guys are gonna displace to Novgorod, and we're just gonna stick them on refit and hope to God that they refit in time. But basically that's gonna be our strategy there. Just kind of stick them right in front and hope that they can refit in time. Let's see, what else do we have for the way of tanks and mechanized? Because we don't really want to stick any mech in this swampy region here. But we might want a little something here. Do I have people at this airbase? No, I don't. So I can actually afford to lose that airbase. What I don't want to lose is these ones over here. So I am going to put some guards on them. And then eventually I can hopefully drive these guys up next turn. But I do want to start marching guys up that way. And I think we're going to try to hold potentially this river line for like half a turn. I'm not sure. But first things first, let's see if we can evacuate some troops out of this dangerous area here. Obviously, 4,000 men ain't going to do too much against all of that. So we do want to keep them moving back. So let's set them here. Let's set this here. We're just sort of kind of making a little bit of a defensive line here. But it's going to be a weak one. So we're going to get pushed, but I just want to make it so that they can't just directly pass through up to the no. This thing has been on refit. I wonder if it's got enough. Nope. All right, so let's move this up to this hex here. Or maybe reassign that to someone else. And this tank division will stick here for now. I guess maybe we'll stick him a little bit north of that. What about here? Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to have to move some of these troops up here to plug gaps. Or at least to strengthen lines. Maybe 3 divisions of reinforcements. We'll have to give them 4. So he's already at 8 of 9. So we do kind of need another commander down here. The 11th. How's that guy at commanding? He's not too bad. All right, we can get him into the fray here. I would like to never install Windows. Can I? Wow. Not ready? I'll never be ready. I cannot believe that downloaded. I'll have to delete it. Oh, okay. So that's what these guys were assigned to. Well, we'll move these guys around. We can get them off their trains now at least. And they're eventually going to set up on this next line here. To kind of start making strong positions. And I guess my thinking is to kind of fortify the weaker spots first. At least, I think that'll work. Kind of just spread them out a little bit and, get them moving. All right, so we do have these guys coming in, which is very good. But I think we might have to deploy them off to the east of Lake Yemen. I think that's how you pronounce that, Yemen. Not sure what his strategy is going to be. If he's going to use this as a northern pincher at Moscow, or if he's actually going to go for Leningrad. I imagine he'll just go straight for Leningrad. It seems to be, yeah, he's just gone kind of straight at all his objectives. Like at Smolensk, he didn't try anything fancy. He just bashed us in with the panzers. So I imagine a similar strategy is in the cards here. Now that said, we do probably want to get them. Do probably want to get them over onto the left side, to be honest. I don't know. All right, let's walk them over here. We'll give that guy there just in case. And then we should be able to put this guy here and have him reach everyone, which we can. All right, so now the question is, will they push hard here as well? Seems like his forces are very concentrated, and they haven't tried to secure the double rail at all. So they're going to be slow on supply. So it might almost be worth it to try to back off, suck them in a little further. All right. So the 8th Army, ooh, the 10th Rifle Corps, we could bring them up. Or start bringing them up anyways. Might give him to the Neva army. Kind of what I'm feeling on both of these guys. Yeah, just hand him over to the coastal army for now. Let them kind of refresh, because we might need some fresher reinforcements at some point. This guy's been on refit for a little while. He might be useful now. Stick him in the fortress. We'll give you to the coastal group as well. And stick you. So if I move here, do I get the option to build a city fort? No. Okay, so let's move you here. Stick you in that same fortress, maybe? No, there's no room. Or he doesn't have enough strategic points, probably. I don't even really understand the rules around that, so it's probably strategic points, for all I know. Well, this guy can't go in either. Well, we do want to set up a pretty strong defense of those airfields because they're going to be very important for us. So start getting this line set up earlier. You're just a coastal brigade, but I mean, all these militia will eventually become important just to hold the line. We're going to be giving this guy a lot more units. Hopefully it doesn't put Leningrad over its limit. Although he's pretty low, he's probably fine. Basically, we want these guys to start digging in. So we're giving all to this army. And then we're going to give the army enough engineers that he might be able to start building some stuff. Oh god, we don't really have a lot now, do we? We'll have to build some with some of our points, I think. Even if it's just one. We do have some anti-tank units, though, this time. That is great. Hyped about that. Can't wait to get those boyos in there. This guy's actually locked. That's unfortunate. Where's the Luga group? Luga, you've got nothing under you so far. We'll give these guys to the 10th Rifles, which will free up some slots in the 11th Rifles. Not going to give them anything just yet. But it is kind of our line. I don't know, I've got to have a mind to barely even defend Estonia. All right, let's make sure we turn off everything so we can actually see what we have in places. So Pskov has already gotten hit, I think. But they're still holding somewhat fast. These guys are not ready for a fight. What do I do? Got some very weak divisions around here. And kind of the key is that I do want to hold some ground if I can. It's going right to the Leningrad front. So let's change him to go to Luga. And we'll back him off a little bit. Because we do want to start digging in here. And because this is an airfield, I think it might be worth it too. Well, does this guy have any AA assigned? He doesn't. Maybe worth it to assign one AA. Unfortunately, we only have one. That one that we spent our hard-earned AP on from last turn now could actually be useful. It only has 37% of its TOE though. So I'm tempted. We might be able to just move someone in here that already has a little bit of anti-air. I mean, the division itself does have some anti-air elements in it. Yeah, it does have this little 3K AA gun. Don't know how effective that is, but it has a 37 millimeter as well. So it does have a little bit of flak. Only a few guns, but not completely defenseless against planes. One of the other keys here is going to be trying to keep this rail line relatively healthy. That could be a real pain. Do these guys have AA? They do. That's interesting. So they could almost be used for that purpose for now. Let's see, what should I do here? Really wish I had been able to back off further, but I just was not. I mean, I almost think it's worth it to just hold them there. They're really not throwing up much for defense, though. Just because they're on such low TOE and low supply as well. I mean, this guy is more well supplied, so I could move him onto there and move one of these guys out, which I think I might do. I think I might move this tank division out and move somebody else in, because he's got no combat prep points. So let's try to get him out, even if it's not far. Clear. Just don't really want to get him in the woodsy areas. I want to get him over on the right-hand side here. Hmm. Yeah, let's just try to get him back out of there. So now this guy's, everything for this guy I think is moved back, so we can move him back. Maybe put him kind of right there. He badly needs supply. But obviously they're fighting all last turn, so they didn't get too much. And we'll put this guy into Pskov. He's got a little bit more in the way of combat prep points than the other guy did. Not much, but a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll let them walk for a little while, I think. So we'll kind of fall back to up here. These guys are able to get further left than the rest of the army. Ooh, you are not, though. Let's get him into the heavy woods at least. These guys can't really move any further. This is just a disaster here now. Got held an extra turn, but at what cost? Probably should have just fled. And we do have another pretty strong line behind this, so maybe we can hold out. These are some pretty complete divisions now. They've gotten a lot of troops in. Probably safely take them off refit and put them onto reserve. This guy should probably go on refit, though. Just wondering if it's now worth it to bring over some troops to start holding the next river line. Because, like, ideally what we could have is, like, a division on each tile here, at least. But then we could fort those up a little bit. Because, like, this is for level 2 here already. Sends up 44%. I don't know how much it costs to send that back to its unit, but Might be worth it to do that, to send it to maybe the Luga army. Probably going to give a lot of stuff to him. Probably also going to have to replace this guy. He's a bit of a moron. I just wish I could back off a little bit further here. This is not a good front line. Not good. Damn, I wish I could move him up a little bit further. Stick him here. Let's give you to Luga. It's going to cost me 2. I'm considering coming back to it and doing it, but I'm not going to do it just yet. This guy does have 10,000. Or just about 10,000. So it might be worth it to put him into one of these light woods hexes. Or even this, well, maybe this hex here. Just running out of units to move around, you know? trying to do just a couple of smart things, you know? This is just a very nice division, so I think it could prevent a breakout. Especially if I stack it with this. And it doesn't really change the reality over here at all. But at least it stacks it up a little bit. I don't have any planes here, so I theoretically could move back. It's not that is really holding me at this river line. It's not that great a defensive position. So I could even commit a third division to it. Problem is that's such a weak-ass hex right there. But I can't get anything good to it. That's what I'm really unhappy with. But I can at least set these guys on reserve. So maybe he'll get reinforced if he gets hit. Maybe. I mean, it's not much. It's like 3,000 guys, but at least it's something. And then that'll still be in range. Definitely get this guy further back. Now let's see if we can plug that hole. It's going to be dicey. All right. Where do we want the rest of these guys? Well, we probably want one per hex on the river line. At least. For now. Kind of want to poke my head up here to see if it uncovers anything. But at the same time, I really don't. Let's turn up his supply priority because I think he had some low supply situations. Oh, maybe not. Oh, actually he has fine supply because he lost so many damn planes. But we are going to displace with these guys just to get them in safer locations. Okay, so that's a water hex, thank God. Alright. Oh, their commander, that's right. Can we give him the airborne? No. Can't really give him to anyone over there, so let's keep him on the same commander, but just move the commander. Guess move him here. And then move he's probably okay there. But these border guards, I guess we can just stick them here. Just to hold that hex. What else? You are out of supply, so I guess we'll just move you here and then we'll move these guys to there. Wonder if that'll work. No. Shit. Do I have any other commanders that I can move? Anyone going to direct to the 8th Army? Don't think so. Let's reposition the 8th Army. Have these guys go direct up to it. This one. I mean, it's like 2 units, so who cares? But that guy was in supply. Okay. Oh, that actually works out because now it gets the 27th Army down. Gotta say, this is looking ugly. It's looking really ugly. I think we're gonna get our asses beat here. 5th Rifle Corps. Do. I don't even want this on the damn map. Why is it here? Let's just start marching him out of there. Let's guy's got no one under him. That's good. We can use him in the center, but we're not going to be able to make it all the way through the center here. Just because we're already at 46 minutes. So I'm thinking we're going to call it here, and then next video we'll try to work on the center. I mean, we just have a ton of work to do on the center and a ton of work in the north. In the south, there won't be as much because we kind of had our second line already set up, so it's just going to be falling back to the fallback line more than anything. But in the center, we didn't set up a fallback line to speak of, and we totally screwed up the defense of Smolensk, so they could just walk right into it. So that sucks. We got a lot of stuff to figure out here. Like, these battles just went, obviously they went really badly for us, but it's like couldn't even put up much of a fight in most of them. Yeah, killed 23 armored fighting vehicles there, though. That's nothing to sneeze at. What did they lose? Some Panzer 3s. Couple Panzer 4Es. Those are pretty good tanks. So I guess we did a little bit of work. But the key down here now is that I'm going to give my infantry more anti-tank guns to fight with. I'm bringing some fresh infantry from the north here to reinforce our just disastrous situation. And then we're going to pray. Get them both on refit. It's another important little city. Just bring them all the way up to reserve at some point. But yeah, I think for the most part we're just going to do that next time. We're also going to reassign these to nearby commanders up here. Potentially having to bring up a rifle corps, although he already has got stuff assigned to him. We must have a couple free rifle corps. We could send up the first rifles. Oh wait, we got some corps up here. Got either fourth or fifth rifles, and they got no supply, but whichever one is better. Oh my god, this guy's pretty good. Yeah, let's get him in there. Nice. I gave him to the wrong army. I'm a fool. I was like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Give him all the wrong army. Oh, God, I'm stupid. Well, we'll get it sorted out next time. Who has room for you? the army level. The 11th Army sure don't. Where'd I put that other army? Back over here, right? 8th Army. 8th Army doesn't. So maybe Luga. Gives them pretty orange. It's not good. It's not good. I will say that. This is not what I wanted. I was hoping to be able to get a little bit further back than that, but really unhappy with this hex in particular here. These guys are going to get fucking steamrolled unless I can get anything. They're unready, so they'll just instantly surrender if he hits them. Which, why wouldn't he hit them? These guys are unready even. I hate to do it. But we gotta start moving this guy up. Because I wanted to start building a little bit of fortification there. Which I guess I can do it if I build a fortified unit, but I also kind of don't want to waste that yet. But I might come back through and decide that I want to. So that's that. I mean, we'll make them hit Pskov. Although we could preserve the tanks and motorized by just pulling out, and then we don't have to worry about that hex anymore. I think we completed our mission. I think we held it long enough. Let's pull out. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. So, I mean, hopefully what this does is make them turn their ass around and look for another avenue. Either that or we cost them some troops. I mean, hitting that line will put a small hurt on them. Not big hurt, small hurt. None of these, they could pick any spot and they'll break through, but at least we'll slow them down a bit. Problem is, once they break through there, then our next line is pretty far back at this point. I would have liked to be able to have a line already set up here, but you don't have time. If the Soviets actually had brain, they would have had defensive lines set up here already. Instead of having a gazillion men in the Minsk pocket who did nothing except for die. So that's why we'll leave it there. We got an interesting little setup. We'll make them push up and hopefully get pushed back, or at least halted. And then in the center, we've got to do some recovery here. Good news is at least we didn't get our entire army encircled like the real Soviets did. Bad news is we lost Smolensk. Lickety-splickety. They didn't even need to encircle it. So hopefully the rest of the war goes a little bit better than that, because I ain't too impressed with my abilities so far. But you can just see how just clumped up we are around these panzer armies. Guderian's army obviously was our biggest threat last turn and just beat the snot out of us, but these armies down here are no joke. The SS divisions, these huge panzer divisions. I mean, this will smash right through this line. It's pretty clear that's what he's going for. And we can't really reposition because he already crossed the river, and that's a pain in the ass. So right now we're in full fallback mode over here. We got to fall back way back. Luckily we got tanks, so we can fall back. But that's the name of the game right now. Is fall back. Eventually we'll be falling back all the way to Dnieper. But yeah, so this is the current arrival hex. So I guess it does it for the next turn, potentially. But we'll figure that out. These guys didn't get much supply, huh? Yeah, it's not too bad. But we're going to make the Dnieper an absolute killing ground. That's my goal. Not so much here, but further south, we're going to make it a killing ground. And that's where we'll leave it. So, till next time, have a good night.